Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast, Relationship Wednesday, where we tell you the truth about relationships. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, Jordan Banderas. And right now, I'm about to hit you with a truth many of you are not brave enough to face. What if your partner doesn't want kids? Ooh, I know. We're getting into that topic. Imagine the shock, the gut-wrenching realization as those four words, I don't want kids, smash through your carefully crafted dreams of family and legacy. Ooh, I know, right? Because here's the thing. Society tells you a story from day one. Grow up, fall in love, have kids, and live happily ever after. But what happens when your partner's vision is different from that script? Ooh, good question, right? Well, this isn't a minor detail. It's a seismic shift that can challenge your identity, your future, and the very core of your relationship. So today, I'm here to expose the hard truths, unravel the emotions, and guide you through this emotional labyrinth with radical honesty. Picture this. You have envisioned envisioned a future filled with children's laughter and the warmth of a bustling home, only to have that vision collide with a different reality. Ooh, that's harsh, right? And it has happened to so many people out there, and it's happening to so many people right now, especially because of everything that's happening. And that is something that is happening that is out of our control. But here's the thing. When this happens, suddenly you're forced to confront the possibility that the legacy you expected isn't the one that's being written right now. And let's not sugarcoat it. The moment you hear, I don't want kids, it can feel like a sledgehammer smashing through your hopes and aspirations. A lot of people that I know that have gone through this, that their partner has told them, hey, I don't want kids, this is how they feel. They feel like their hopes and aspirations have been shattered. But here's the thing about this. That very moment is an invitation. A wake-up call to unmask your assumptions about what it means to build a legacy. Ask yourself, is my deep yearning for kids truly my own desire, or simply a well-rehearsed echo of society's expectations? And I want you to answer that question to yourself. Don't give that answer to anybody else but to you. And the reason behind that is because a lot of people have kids and they never are ready for it. And they never become ready for them. Why? Because from the very beginning, they didn't want kids. They didn't want kids, but they decided to have kids because of society, because of pressure, because of family pressure, because of friends pressure, because they wanted to look like the happy family. And then they have issues. And based on what I have seen, it's time to strip away the layers of external pressure and examine the raw, unfiltered truth of your heart. Embrace the discomfort, because within that vulnerability lies your greatest opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Look, I'm not judging. If you decide not to have kids, that's on you. That's your decision. That's totally you. Because my wife and I are unable to have children. Yet, we consistently find ourselves approached by couples facing a different challenge. One partner desiring kids, while the other does not. And it's interesting that they choose to discuss their struggles with us. One of my friends found herself in a challenging situation. She married a man who was outright against having children, despite her lifelong dreams of becoming a mother since she was 18. After a few years of marriage, she initiated a crucial conversation where her husband made it clear that he had no desire for kids and expected her to accept that. In that moment, She felt an overwhelming mix of betrayal, confusion, anger, and grief. All the feelings in this situation, right? She yearned for the opportunity to nurture and play with children, just as her mother had done for her. When she sought my advice, I emphasized that she couldn't push him into parenthood, as that could lead to a disastrous situation for both of them. I understood her desire to create a family legacy, and I stressed the importance of addressing this fundamental difference together. This is important, people. If you're facing this situation, you guys have to face this together. It's a two-way street. You meet in the middle. You cannot take that decision on your own. This is him and her. Okay? This is between you two. And here's the problem in this situation with this story. If they couldn't find a mutual resolution, it will inevitably lead to more significant problems in the relationship. Because one parent could say like, well, I didn't want kids. I just gave you the kid. You take care of the kid. I'm not going to change diapers. I'm not going to feed them. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to bring the money. It's up to you. And in the end, in this situation, they made the tough choice to divorce, realizing that their different views on family were irreparable. They could not meet in the middle. He was like, no, I don't want kids. She was like, I want kids. So they had to get a divorce, unfortunately, and they moved on from each other at this point. But here's the thing. Sometimes acknowledging hard truths leads to the best outcomes for everyone involved. There are countless stories like this, and many couples confidently decide to remain child-free for their own valid reasons. Choosing not to have kids can lead to a strong, fulfilling relationship based on mutual understanding and shared goals. Keyword or key phrase, shared goals. And I want you to understand this. Having a biological child is not the only way to build a meaningful, fulfilling legacy. Legacy is not measured solely by the number of little footsteps in your home, but by the impact you have on the world and the love you cultivate daily. When your partner says they don't want kids, it's not a rejection of you. It's a divergence of life paths that demands honest conversation. This moment is your opportunity to redefine what family and fulfillment looks like in your life. Now, let's get practical. First, unmask your assumptions. Question every belief you've been handed about what it means to have a family. Is your desire for children a genuine calling from within, or is it a mirror reflecting society's relentless pressure? Because let's be honest, there's a lot of pressure from society that tells you you have to have children even if you don't make enough to feed them. Isn't that the truth? So if you want to literally answer this question, dive into radical self-reflection. The answers you uncover here will shape the next chapter of your life. Next, face your emotions with unapologetic honesty. Yes, you're hurting. Acknowledge that pain and let it fuel your quest for clarity. Channel your raw emotions into open, fearless conversations with your partner. See what I said right there? Pay attention. Have fearless conversations with your partner, because vulnerability is your greatest strength here, not a weakness. It's not a weakness. Open up the conversation, even if it feels like you're tearing open old wounds. Only through brutal honesty can true healing begin. Understand that your partner's refusal isn't an indictment on your worth. It's a fundamental difference in vision that both of you need to explore. Transform this painful disparity into a catalyst for a profound redefinition of what your future can be. Reframe the narrative. Rather than viewing it as a betrayal, see it as an opportunity to rebuild your dreams on your own terms. Accept that personal fulfillment has many blueprints. Having kids isn't the only path to legacy, and parenthood isn't the only avenue to happiness. So consider alternative ways to leave a mark on the world. Mentorship, community involvement, creative pursuits, each one a thread in the tapestry of a rich, meaningful life. Now, I want you to harness the power of visualization. Close your eyes and vividly picture your ideal future with or without children. Feel every detail. The colors, the sounds, and the emotions of a life that resonates with your deepest truth. Which vision ignites your passion? Which future aligns with your highest self? Let that image anchor your decision-making progress. Next, engage relentless, no BS communication with your partner. Lay every fear and hope on the table. Don't let any stone remain unturned. Ask the tough questions. Why don't you want kids? Or another way that you can put that question is, how come you don't want to have kids? That way your partner can give you a logical response, but something that actually resonates with them so they can give you their truth. Another question is, what fears or experiences shape that belief? How can we align our futures without compromising our core values? This isn't about pressuring someone to change their mind. It's about understanding and reconciling two divergent visions for the future. If deep, honest conversation isn't enough, don't hesitate to seek external support. A therapist, counselor, or trusted advisor can offer clarity. Professional guidance isn't a sign of weakness. It's a proactive step towards building a resilient, grounded partnership. Remember, love isn't defined by a single rigid vision of the future. It evolves as we do, shaped by growth, experience, and our willingness to adapt. So cultivate gratitude for every shared moment, every lesson learned, even in the midst of heartache. Gratitude can help you see the value in your unique journey. Refuse to let societal judgment dictate the worth of your relationship. Your life, your choices, and your fulfillment are yours alone. Embrace the idea that a life without children can be just as vibrant, fulfilling, and impactful as any traditional narrative promises. Challenge yourself to become a lifelong learner, constantly seeking new perspectives on what it means to live a legacy-rich life. Harness patience. These decisions demand time. So don't let impulsive reactions driven by fear dictate your path forward. Give yourself permission to pause, to reflect, and to recalibrate your vision for the future. Clarity comes with time and honest self-examination. Define your non-negotiables clearly. If having children is a core part of who you are, communicate that boldly and be ready to stand by it. Set boundaries that honor your truths. Boundaries are not walls, but declarations of self-respect and authenticity. Explore creative alternatives to biological parenthood, like adoption, fostering, or even mentoring can provide the deep legacy you crave. Reaffirm your commitment to growing together, even if your paths begin to diverge. True partnership means evolving side by side, not clinging to a single script. Encourage continuous conversations. These conversations shouldn't be one-offs, but an ongoing journey of mutual understanding and adaptation. Build emotional resilience as a couple. Use every conflict as an opportunity to strengthen your bond, not as a wedge driving you apart, because a lot of people do that. You need to prioritize self-care for both of you. And remember this, navigating complex emotions requires nurturing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being every single day. Finally, I challenge you to take action now. Commit wholeheartedly to your truth and define what fulfillment means on your terms. Your relationship deserves radical clarity and unwavering honesty. So step forward boldly, speak your truth, and craft a future that honors both your dreams and realities. So go out there to the living room and talk to your partner. Embrace the challenge and remember this. The power to shape your destiny lies in your ability to question, to adapt, and to rebuild your narrative, no matter how unconventional it may be. The choice is yours. And that's it for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on an episode, and have a great day.